Hey everyone, welcome to 2016 Reign of Terror. We got the draft coming up just this Wednesday, 9/7. We're going to start at 8 o'clock, but if you guys want to come by, anytime after 7 is great. Make sure you can hook up to my Wi-Fi if you're coming in person, or if not, I'll see you guys online. It should be a good draft, and I'm glad that we're doing it late, right before the first game of the season with all the injuries. You saw what happened to Teddy Bridgewater, you saw what happened to Tony Romo. So that obviously affects the draft and the players around them, the wide receivers they throw to. It affects everything. So that's why we draft late, kids. That's why we do it. So biggest change this year, the elephant in the room. Yes, we are moving to 14 teams. And yes, I have heard a ton of people bitching about that. It's not something I planned, but there was a lot of people that, had good reason to join. A lot of new people that I've met. And I think a lot of people knocking the 14-team format, they haven't done a 14-team format. They just assume that the waivers are going to be totally dry. Their chances of making the playoffs are going to be decreased. And that is true to a certain extent. But if you think about it, it makes sense that still 6 teams will make the playoffs out of 14. Should we have 8 teams? Should we have 10 teams make it? You know what that is? That means the majority of teams make the playoffs. And what's that? That's like the NBA playoffs where the regular season gets devalued. I want the best teams that do well consistently during the first season to be rewarded. The first team and the second team are going to be rewarded with a bye week. We get 3 weeks for a playoff, so we can't have a ton of teams going through. Look at college football. There are 4 teams that make the playoffs out of God knows how many teams. And as far as waivers go, think about how waivers were last year. You guys are so good at picking up players every single week. Waivers are always dry. They're going to be dry again. And they're not going to be as bad as you think because we did eliminate 2 bench spots from every team. So that, moving from 7 bench spots to 5 bench spots frees up 28 players in a 14-team league. So it's not going to be as bad as you guys think. I've been in 14-team leagues. I know Mark has. I know Ian has. I've been in 16-team leagues. And it's just a different ball game. You got to watch the waivers. Sometimes you got to trade more. There's going to be less chances for people to hoard good players on their bench. You're going to have to play maybe your second string guys a little bit more often, but we are also moving to half-point PPR. So you're going to get a little bit more points back from what you used to. I think a lot of the times people complain about the 14-team league. This is a competitive fucking league. You guys are all good. You guys know how to play fantasy football. And there's a lot more money in the pool. This is gambling, kids. All right? This is not grandma's house. We're not playing in an 8-team league where everyone's fucking stacked with tons of stars. Not everybody is going to get paid. Not everybody gets a fucking trophy, guys. This is the real fucking world. 6 teams make the playoffs. And the winners are going to be rewarded handsomely. The person who gets the most points during the regular season is also going to be rewarded. And you know what? If you're not trying and you're not setting your lineup, you're not going to be rewarded. Last year, the team that won it was 8-7. Greg's team was 8-7 during the regular season. My team, what was I? I got second place. I had a ton of injuries. I had Le'Veon Bell getting hurt. I had Keenan Allen get hurt. I had Dion Lewis get hurt. It was ridiculous. So stay in it. And I'll tell you one thing, guys. If you're not setting your lineup every week, there's going to be people gunning for you to get removed because regardless of how much fun we have in a 14-team league, there's still going to be people telling me, hey, bring it down to 12 teams. This sucks. 14 teams is too many. And they're going to be looking at you. They're going to be saying, Colin, get rid of this guy, man. He didn't do shit in the second season. And I'm going to have a hard time arguing for you if you weren't setting your lineup, whether you're the first place team or the last place team. Set your lineups every week and, do well. There's the consolation bracket. If you can't win it all, well, you can give someone's team a really stupid name next year, and it's fun to do that as well. So I think I beat that to death, and I think we're going to have a good season. Trust in me like you trust in Belichick, Pats fans. I got this, all right? It's going to be okay.